Senator Inhofe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Sarmiento, in June of 2018, the Association of Metropolitan Water Agencies wrote an article on the benefits of the WIFIA program. And in the, I'm going to quote from the article. It says that perhaps most importantly, WIFIA is designed to leverage a modest federal appropriation into a significant pot of available funds. To put it simply, WIFIA offers a tremendous bang for the buck in today's tight budget time. Now, I fully agree with that and feel that that leveraging is working. Of course, WIFIA is fairly new, but we've been using TIFIA for quite a while, and it has been very successful. My question would be that, as you know, that Senator Boozman's SRF WIN Act is within the WIFIA program. That being said, do you believe the programs like WIFIA and the SRF WIN Act offer a long-term value to the taxpayers? Now, you've actually answered that, worded a little bit differently in your previous statement, but could you answer that for the record?
You know, and I want to thank Senator Boozman for working with my Senator Feinstein in California and co-authoring that, because for us, SRF is a valuable tool that we have as an opportunity to fund some of these vital programs. The unfortunate part about it in California is that the program is oversubscribed, so to the extent that we have other options and other alternatives and other tools in our toolbox, it's always a good thing. So we certainly believe that having more opportunities, having the ability to access, especially for some of our smaller agencies and for those that don't have the capacity. We're blessed in the Orange County Water District. We are a very large agency, but we do have retailers and producers that work with us that don't have as much capacity and have trouble bundling projects together. So we certainly see the value with that.
Yeah, well, in fact, when I chaired this committee and Senator Boxer was the ranking member, she talked about the same thing you're talking about, except it was TIFIA. You've got to have access to make it into a large program. That's good. Now, some have raised the concerns that the SRF WIN Act could cannibalize SRFs as well as the WIFIA program. And I've got to admit, I find this hard for me to believe, considering we have multiple supporters of both the WIFIA and the SRFs, and I'm one of those. In fact, the SRF WIN Act has clear language that the program will not be funded until the SRF and the WIFIA program are funded at the 2018 levels. I can say, as an original co-sponsor of this of the Boozman legislation, that our intention is to provide base funding for those programs in addition to SRF WIN Act funding to attack the $600 billion investment we need for water infrastructure. The Orange County Water District is a WIFIA applicant as well as a supporter of the SRF WIN Act. So what are your concerns about the accusations on cannibalizing the act?
Well, I think that, you know, obviously there's value with the SRF program. There's obviously value with the WIFIA, but WIFIA is intended for larger projects. So I think the SRF WIN obviously addresses those smaller projects that that some agencies may not be eligible for SRF or WIFIA. So I think it's one more element that allows agencies of all levels and all sizes. And again, because we're a larger agency, we can qualify for the WIFIA program. And as I said, the SRF is so oversubscribed in California that we do need that augmented or ancillary support for those smaller agencies.
That helps. All right. Mr. Holtz-Eakin, I was interested in your explanation on scoring, and it was fascinating that you ended that up by saying, is this a good idea? That was your question. Well, let me be the only one who's responding. I think no is a better response because of the way that it's calculated. And when you talk about the loss of revenue from the tax-exempt bonds as being the source of the negative scoring that has taken place. Is there a better idea? Have you thought about this? You're the expert in this area.
So to be clear, that question was, is doing the infrastructure project a good idea? And I think the answer would be yes, even if you get the negative score.
Okay, so that's not how I interpreted your...
Just to clarify.
The methodology scoring.
There are enormous number of things that cost federal money and they're worth doing. And this is an example of one where you've got a score that says it costs money, but we've got localities across the country who are willing to put their own money. They're willing to have private entities pay tolls and things like that to make these projects go. Clearly, they're in the interests of the population.
Okay, what I'm going to do, my time's expired, but I am going to ask questions for the record.
Sure.
Send you something so we can pursue this a little further, because I think it'd be worthwhile. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator Inhofe. Senator Cardin.